Karachi has always been a very romantic notion. So as a child, whenever, summer break would be around the corner, would mean, oh, summers aa rahi hai, to Baarish bhi aa rahi hai, Baarishein aayengi, and the garden, outdoor spaces. So I'd always really look forward to rain. And with rain would come the pakoras and the French fries and the, family getting together, cousins getting together, friends coming over and, just going out and having a great time and all of that. So I would always look forward to rain. As a child, even now, but now rain comes with a lot of problems. First, it would be different.
I did not experience rain a lot as a child, but it seemed like something, a novelty that, oh, Baarish hoti hai and it's pretty amazing. And I think I experienced for the first time when I was in O-levels and I was at my grandparents' place and they had a house, so hum sehen mein nikal gaye the jab Baarish hui thi. And that was my first experience of it. And it was pretty good, like it seemed nice. I was never the kid who went out in the rain, but andar se dekhne mein mujhe bahut achhi lagti thi. जब ज़्यादा बारिश होती थी ना, I would always hear little kids outside बारिश पे स्लिपिंग एंड स्लाइडिंग या कोई चीज़ पकड़ के उस पर पूरी जैसे रिवर बना लिया एंड जस्ट स्क्रीमिंग एट द टॉप ऑफ द लंग्स एंड जस्ट हैविंग फन.
I've never understood why is it sad and gloomy for all the right reasons, because Karachi is a very hot, arid city and we get bare minimum rain, and when it rains it's so hot during summers and it becomes pleasant. The mood changes. The city becomes green and clean. Karachi gets washed for a change.
When the 2020 rains happened, this was our first year, in fact our first couple of months in this house in Naya Nazmabad. It started raining in Karachi, so 2020 mein काफ़ी ज़्यादा बारिशें हुई थी and we weren't in Karachi. One of our cars was here and the other car by road. We had gone to Lahore for a family event. It was a very happy occasion for us and we went and we were on the way back. We were on the motorway when our neighbors called us and said that don't come back home, you won't be able to because ghar ke bahar, so our houses here are slightly elevated, so ghar ke bahar just the stairs are submerged in water, so don't come back and you won't be able to bring the car in. We're like, okay, cool. We went to our Nano's place and Nano's house is 7 flights of stairs, so we left our shopping in the car. They said that पानी एक दो दिन में खाली हो जाएगा. We're like, okay, cool, एक दो दिन में खाली हो जाएगा. बाहर थोड़ा थोड़ा पानी था. It wasn't even that worrisome. We brought my sister's weddings, new shopping वगैरह, हम सब कुछ घर पे रख के हम चले गए. We're like, okay, cool, एक दो दिन में वापस आ जाएंगे. August 26th या 25th की रात बहुत crazy बारिश हुई. It almost rained all night in Karachi. The next morning, my mom, my brother and I, we came in और हमने आगे देखा, बस थोड़ा सा ही आगे, there's one roundabout और उससे आगे पानी भरा हुआ था. There was water everywhere. The entire, you could not see the roads, you could not see the top of the buildings. Like I am 5'2" and आपको वहाँ पे at least मेरे waist तक पानी completely submerged था. So as we started walking further in to the water, so the water started going way above my head. And my brother was like, okay, wait right here, wait on the side of the wall and we will be back. तो उसने मुझे उठा के दीवार पे रख दिया, छोटे बच्चों को रख दे. He started going forward and I was just sitting there. I didn't have any phone on me, I didn't have anything, I couldn't get in touch with anyone and I'm just sitting there in absolute silence, like those scary movies जहाँ पे सिर्फ कोई आवाज़ नहीं होती, सन्नाटा. And then my brother came back a while ago and he's a typical Desi brother. He does not cry, obviously, Desi man. And his eyes were all red and everything. And I looked at him and I realized, okay, बहुत बुरी हालत है. It's pretty bad. You know how in a typical Desi house, as soon as a girl is born, उसकी चीज़ें जमा हो रही होती है. Even though हमारे घर में वो वाला शादी का इतना वो नहीं है, but generally my mom should like something or my khalas would bring in something, like ये रख देते. बच्चों, my sister, बच्चों की शादी के लिए रख देते. So all of that stuff, that was all gone. My sister's wedding shopping, like clothes वगैरह जो आपकी इतने सारे कपड़े बनते हैं and all of the fancy stuff, वो was all destroyed. So it was completely in tatters, like tissue. So we had to push forward our sister's wedding.
when the rains came. It was around 27th August, ठीक है. अब road level पे पानी आना शुरू हुआ, भरना शुरू हुआ. Now understand this. I literally live 10 feet or 8 feet. I used to live above sea level because my clock tower say straight down on main Etihad was my house. So imagine water not draining off so close to the sea. That's a concern, right? Anyway, so पानी था और my driveway is like 2 feet raised. और उसके बाद मेरा प्लिंथ भी घर का 2-2.5 फीट था. तो इमेजिन मेरा घर फिर भी 5.5 फीट या 6 फीट रोड लेवल से ऊंचा था. तो घर में पानी की शायद इस वजह से बचत हो गई. और टू गेट टू माई मेन डोर देयर वाज अ गार्डन, सो द गार्डन वाज टेकिंग इन द वाटर. बट देयर वाज अ पॉइंट वेयर वाटर स्टार्टेड एंटरिंग द ड्राइवे. बेसिकली जब कोई बड़ा ट्रक या बड़ी गाड़ी गुजरती थी वो वेव बनाती थी और पानी अंदर आता था. पानी मेड इट्स वे टू द अंडरग्राउंड वाटर टैंक और जितना पानी था वो इन्फिल्ट्रेट हो गया विद डर्टी रोड का सीवेज मिक्स वाटर. सो जो हमने वाटर ओवरहेड वाटर टैंक में जितना एक मोटर चलाई हुई थी वही मोटर में पानी था. तो वी लिटरली वर रैशनिंग आउट वाटर, यू नो.
My dad in his dreams, he would be like, उठाओ सामान उठाओ पानी से उठाओ. Even because उनके दिमाग में उनके subconscious में constantly वही चल रहा था. Even if I would be sleeping, I would suddenly wake up like I was walking on stones. I was just sleeping, but हमारे दिमाग में constantly वो चल रहा था. So that was, I think we stayed away from home for like a month or 1.5 months. Sorry about that. I thought there was something on my feet, and there are rats here, so I thought it was a rat. But it was just some wire or cloth or something. This is the situation of our house. All the clothes जो इतने प्यार से सालों से जमा किए, मेरे केक भाई हैं यूं केक पैंट्स. कुछ नहीं. No, my parents had only seen the videos of the house. Dad had seen very little bit of it. My dad cannot see all of this. उनसे नहीं देखा जाता. तो looking at the videos वगैरह, you know, it seemed like, you know, partition के time पे जब videos देखते हो आप अपने सर के ऊपर अपना सामान उठा के बस बचा रहे होते हो. तो I know उसके level का कुछ नहीं था. But looking at it, that's what it reminded me of. There's these potlas on your head and trying to just save the little whatever belongings you can.
In August 13, 2020, I found out that I am pregnant. So it was a really early onset of pregnancy, and you know how when you're pregnant you feel nauseous, you're throwing up, you know all of that. So that happened to me. It happened to me really badly, and what really added on was that right after the rains. So we had water for, let's say, stagnant water. Nobody cleared it. It didn't go anywhere for at least 2 months. We had rats washing up in our driveway. We had syringes washing up in our driveway. You know, there were so many. It was just so dirty. It was so sickening. The way my previous house was, it was surrounded by plots on the both sides, and and one side, the 3 sides, it was surrounded by open land. So there was a lot of water stuck and it was not flowing out, and uski wajah se the water started becoming stagnant. And when it became stagnant, there was a really, really bad acidic stench जो my gutters में से आती है. So it was all around my house, inside my house. ठीक है, ventilation के लिए window खोलना तो दूर की बात है. Even like, you know, regardless of any doors or windows open, the smell would be in. So really, really minor smells were triggering my nausea and my morning sickness. But with the acidic smell, I would open my bedroom door and I'd walk out of my room and I would throw up. I'd rush to the bathroom and throw up. So, बहुत bad case of vomiting back and forth to the point that I started getting dehydrated. Now, there was no way that my car could go outside the driveway because पानी waterlogged था. अगर मैं जाती भी तो I'd have to sit in a higher car, which we did have at that time, but getting onto that tundra was a problem for me. So it really was difficult. Like, I really had to find a solution how to get to the hospital and getting someone to come to me. So that became a very big problem. But then I remember, instead of going to the hospital, we managed to get a nurse come home, and I got an IV drip, and you know, we made a day bed downstairs in the house, and I had to get drips and certain injections for, I think, 7 days. So it was really difficult, you know, it was really challenging. It was really, really problematic for us to deal with life, you know. And rain apparently became the trigger to my nausea and my dizziness and vomiting. I could not even see my family, my parents, for a very long time. You know, they could not see me.
I was unable to save any of the books. There were like 3,000 to 4,000 books. And उसमें से the books were of मेरे दादा जान की, जो उस पर signed हुई हुई उनके हाथ से 1950, 1947, 1948 उस time की हमारे पास किताबें थीं, and hard copies, original copies, and we no longer have it all. दादा जान की pictures, उनकी degrees, my nana's degrees, my nana's pictures, they're no longer here. Their office का जो name plaque होता है वो सब कुछ. My parents' degrees, my parents' pictures, their शादी की pictures, वो हमारे ज़माने के तो है नहीं कि फ़ोन में कुछ होगा, सब कुछ हार्ड कॉपी पे, एंड वो अब हमारे पास नहीं है. So I think it took us easily 1.5 years to get to the same level that we were before the water. वो भी materialistic चीज़ है. तो sentimental हमारी जो चीज़ है, that can never be replaced. No matter कितने साल चला, we cannot replace that.
600 square yard का residence था, very nice, ठीक है. We planned according to the family. They needed some wheelchair accessibility, तो घर ramps वैम्स के साथ भी बनाया था. It would have been a great project, but वो client से बोला इधर हम बेच ही बना ही नहीं सकते, we're going to sell the plot. वो plot भी नहीं बिका आज तक because nobody wants to buy. वो बुखारी में रहता है जहाँ पता नहीं कितने फीट पानी डूब जाता है. He has not been able to sell his house till late because nobody wants to buy a house on Bukhari, on Shujat, on, you know, XYZ areas. We have an office, ठीक है. Office has overheads, ठीक है. We have architects that work with us, draftsmen, and then we have outsourced XYZ पूरा network system है to get the job done. I mean, of course, अगर projects नहीं आएंगे तो मतलब I'll have to think of another source of income, because how do you sustain your lifestyle, your living, your basics, your essentials, and then run an office with these overheads? So it's like a domino effect, you know. Client cannot afford it, then we cannot afford things. So of course, rain has become a real big problem. Even though, as much as I would love it if it was raining right here. But I would also dread it at the same time because नाले खुले में कि अभी बारिश हो गई तो क्या हाल होगा. And not just that, जब हम 2 महीने के लिए घर में बंद थे पानी की वजह से, कोई पानी ही नहीं निकाल के दे रहा था, तो हमारे लिए बाहर निकलना और काम करना और साइट विजिट्स और प्रोजेक्ट्स, मतलब हमें लगा था मतलब हम जो है उसमें ही बैठे हुए हैं कि कोविड भी है और लॉकडाउन ही चल रहा है, you know.
The water, it led lasting effects to the house, to the घर की बुनियाद. पानी के 2-2.5 साल बाद भी हमें पानी का इफेक्ट है.
हमारे नेबर्स की they would come to us and ask us कि बारिश तो चली गई 6 महीने हो गए बट पानी बेसमेंट की दीवारों में आए जा रहा है. सो वो पानी रस रस के सीप होता जा रहा है ना. बेसमेंट में आपके नीचे आपका स्ट्रक्चर है, रिटेनिंग वॉल्स है, हाउ डू यू फिक्स दैट? दैट्स लाखों रुपए का काम, राइट? सो ही इज लाइक बारिश का पानी रोड पे नहीं है, उसमें नहीं है, तो ये कहाँ से पानी आ रहा है? सो द पानी वेंट समवेयर. पानी ऑब्वियसली हमारे ड्रेन से तो ड्रेन आउट नहीं हुआ, वो लैंड के अंदर एब्जॉर्ब हुआ, ठीक है, वो जाके लोगों के बेसमेंट्स में हिट किया. I guess कराची वालों को और पाकिस्तान में लोगों को अब flood resilient homes बनाने चाहिए. Karachi is not designed for rain. Lahore, Islamabad are, Karachi isn't, ठीक है? Because हमें पहले नहीं बारिश मिलती थी, अब global warming की वजह से मिल रही है बारिश, जो हम कभी prepared नहीं. Ilawa, what you have is stormwater dam is also a sewage exit. Now sewage over the years solidifies. Okay, now when it solidifies and then your rainwater comes in, then it narrows down and the exit is bare minimum, and then it overflows. The gutters overflow. So your sewage and rainwater is overflowing on the street. You see rainwater on the no, that's not just rainwater. That's our sewage floating around in the shahar.
हमारे अच्छे परफ्यूम्स, हमारे अच्छे कपड़े हम स्पेशल ओकेजन के लिए सेव करेंगे, रोज़ पहन के ख़राब नहीं करेंगे. We never got to wear it. So my sister and I were recently discussing it. That now we're like, every day is a special day. Wear your stuff, wear your favorite stuff, use your favorite stuff, because we don't know हमें मौका मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, for whatever reason. I tell my friends about all of this so casually now. Even at that time, I was making jokes about it with my friend because that's the only way I can deal with it. I mean, I'm very bad. I'm emotionally stunted कि मुझसे emotional बातें नहीं की जाती. My mother had उनका शादी का dress था. Her walima dress, I never saw it, but शादी का dress था. The garara was there and the dupatta was there. And I have always been the sort that I wanted to wear that at one of my events. I always wanted to wear that at one of my events. And I did not. That was completely ruined. I cried.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Have some water.
Did not think I was capable of tears.
It's okay.
Okay. So,
You can take a moment.
I don't like crying.
It's okay, you can take a moment and then you can continue back.
All my life I used to make fun of my mom for being a fountain.
When you see rain clouds coming, like कहीं अंदर से खुशी आती है कि oh God, rain is. I don't know what sadistic thing we have going as Karachi walas for rain, but I'm telling you, it's a bittersweet love-hate relationship. Love it, hate it, definitely love it.
Baarish is now just very stressful, and jab bhi hogi, whenever it's going to, even there's going to be a prediction of it that it's going to rain, we are going to get stressed out about it. We are going to constantly think कि हमारा plan of action कि हमारा क्या करना है हमें अगर बारिश ज़्यादा हो गई. तो it's very stressful. Baarish is no longer happy for us. It's no longer something that I can enjoy, with a carefree nature. I can't do that anymore.